Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you a really amazing Chinese AI chatbot. It's at Z.ai or Z.ai, depending on if you prefer American pronunciation or British pronunciation. Anyway, so this is a great chatbot, and I've used so many different chatbots. You might consider me an expert at chatbots. And personally, I think this one from Z.ai is really amazing, and it's open source. So if for some reason you don't want to go to this URL, you can try it out. For example, using Hugging Chat, you can use their open source model. If you go to huggingface.co and you search for Hugging Chat, eventually you can find their latest model, which is GLM-5. It's really amazing, and I'm going to demo this model. And one thing that makes this especially unique to me is that they have an excellent OCR. Honestly, this might be the best OCR I've seen on the internet that's free. Sure, there are some cloud-based ones like from Google and maybe Amazon that are world-class, but at least I don't know that they're completely free. But this, as far as I know, it does seem to be completely free, and I think it's really amazing. So let's get started. So in this one, yeah, again, I'm going to show you these. I'm going to show you the chatbot and then OCR and image and audio. I'm going to make this video not too long, so I won't show you too many prompts, but let's just see. And in terms of, okay, so I'm going to say, teach me how to make money online 100% remote. So this is just a business idea. I like to ask different chatbots this to see how smart they are, and it does seem to. And in terms of the quality, I would say this honestly is on par with ChatGPT's GPT-5 or Google Gemini 3 or DeepSeek, the newest DeepSeek. So I do think that this Z.ai, chat.z.ai is excellent in my opinion. Okay, yes, it is Chinese, but it's open source, and I think it is excellent. And I'm going to show you that it knows multiple languages quite well, and that to me is impressive. And I'll come back when this is done. Okay, so I think it gave a really great answer. So for example, it talks about freelancing. So freelancing is a good way to make money online. You can have blogging, doing copywriting, technical writing, and yeah, it gives some good ideas. Upwork and Fiverr, and it talks about a remote job. That's a good idea. Selling digital products, for example, it might mention Etsy or other sites or your own website. And then the long game, so for example, doing YouTubing or making your own website, blogging, and so on. So I think this gives a really great answer. And then you can copy the output. I just copied it here and I pasted it here. So this is in Markdown. And then you can paste the Markdown into a site like markdown2html.com. Copy this. I'm going to just put it into a Google Doc. So you see here it gives good output, and you can probably just copy it directly. I usually use Markdown to HTML, but let's see what it looks like if I just copy it directly. Okay, so it just copies the Markdown. Okay, and so it copies the Markdown, so you might want to use something like markdown2html.com. And I think, yeah, it's quite good. So I think this is quite smart. And now let's ask it a question. For example, teach me about the pros and cons of humans colonizing other planets like Mars and others. So I asked this to other chatbots. It's a complicated question, but it's a short question. And yeah, I mean, it's not practical for most people, but I like to ask this question, but because I think it can show how smart an AI chatbot is. and it's using the deep think. Maybe I should have disabled deep think because deep think's a little bit slower, but I think that this is going to give a good answer. So the concept of colonizing other planets has moved from science fiction into serious scientific and commercial discussion. Agencies like NASA and companies like SpaceX are actively planning for this. Okay, so the pros, backup of humanity. So like if there's a nuclear war, maybe we can have a backup planet basically. And then the cons, extreme hostility. So going to Mars, it is still extremely dangerous. Basically, humans are going to have to live in buildings that we make on the planet. A human could not survive on Mars without some sort of spacesuit and or living in a building. Okay, so I think that this is a great answer. Now what I want to do is demonstrate the audio. So what this is, it's a text to speech, a TTS. So what this says is 文字转语音. So this stands for text to speech. It means translates as text to speech. It can do pretty well in English and in Mandarin. So I got this from a site, the BBC. So there's a war going on, but this is one of the articles I read, and I wanted to just play this for you here.
So Keir Starmer has said he stands by his decision not to join the initial U.S.-Israel strikes on Iran on Saturday and said talks would be the best way forward.
Okay, so I think it sounds like pretty good text to speech, and you could tell that she does not sound like a native speaker, but that's okay, I guess. At least I think her pronunciation is pretty good. And now what I want to do is quickly show you this is a news site in China. CCTV stands for Central Chinese TV. So it's a government-run TV network. These two characters together mean the news or news. And I found some article that I thought was kind of interesting. It's about these mean love station. So it's about a region in China for gig workers that sort of helps gig workers out. It's kind of interesting. So a love station meaning like they can help gig workers with certain things, or even help if they have kids. It could be sort of like a short-term daycare. I don't really understand it, but I think it's kind of an interesting article. And I turn this into, okay, and then to actually do this, you would paste the text and click on this button. I've already done it. It takes a few seconds to generate, but I just wanted to show you what it's like. And one thing that this could be incredibly useful for example, if you want to learn Mandarin Chinese, so you can turn almost any article into listening to the audio for it, and it's very good.
来源：中国新闻网，2026年03月。
Okay, see here.
湖南街头爱心驿站为新就业。
Okay, so she's talking really really quickly. So this means the speed, and this is the volume. So for example here,
形态劳动者
just increase the volume. Let's put the speed at the slowest, just so you can
充
listen.
电续航。来源：
Put the speed at the slowest.
湖南街头爱心驿站为新就业形态
Okay, so the speed didn't seem to change, but that's okay.
劳动者充电续航。来源：中国新闻网2026年03月06日7点02分55秒。原标题：湖南街头爱心驿站为新就业形态。
Yeah, I'm going to start one more time. She's talking really fast. I wanted to follow along.
湖南街头爱心驿站为新就业形态劳动者充电续航。来
Okay, actually, I'm going to try to regenerate this. Maybe I was getting from a wrong article.
湖南街头爱心驿站
All right, I'll play this one more time.
头爱心驿站为新就业形态劳动者充电续航。来源：中国新
Okay, so I wasn't reading it
闻
right.
网2026年03月06日7点02。
Okay, so anyway, this is not about the Chinese language, but I I think this is a decent text-to-speech, and this is so if you want to listen to English, it's decently good, and then the Chinese one is pretty good for the Chinese language. Now what I wanted to show you is especially the thing that I find the most interesting, which is the OCR. I think the OCR is truly excellent. This is honestly the best OCR I've seen for free on the internet. So you can go to ocr.z.ai, ocr.z.ai. And this is some notes that I took a while ago. This is some machine learning stuff. You don't need to understand what this is, but this is my handwriting, and I was taking notes in a class, and for example here, I think this is excellent because sometimes even I can't read my own handwriting. My handwriting is sometimes so bad I can't even read it. So what this is talking about, this is some sort of thing from machine learning. It's from unsupervised. This is from an unsupervised learning class. And what this is some sort of hierarchical stuff you don't really need to understand. This is called a tree. And let's see here. So this talks about hierarchical clustering algorithms. Bottom up, we have agglomerative, and then we have top-down divisive. So this truly is excellent. This is all handwritten, and look how smart it is. And then, for example here, question, how to determine whether to merge two clusters or to make, I think this was a note that I made for myself, and it's super, super smart. This is, like, to me, this really blows me away how good it is. Limitation of min similarity, maybe doesn't do so well with noise. So again, my handwriting is not so good. Limitations of max. May break up large clusters, sensitive to outliers. Okay, I'm not really sure how that, yeah, even my own handwriting is not so good. This should be an O, U. So sometimes my own handwriting is not so good. And then the merges, how we determine. Okay, so anyway, the point is that this OCR is excellent. I uploaded it as a PDF, and I think this is truly excellent. And again, it's at ocr.z.ai. This is some Chinese notes that I made. No, actually, I took a scan of this. I didn't make this document, but this was for a beginning Chinese lesson. And notice here, this is talking about jobs in Chinese language. And then what it did here is this took this PDF and look here. So they correspond. So for example here, this is the character for doctor. This means teacher. Lao shi, that means teacher. Yisheng, that means medical doctor. Hu shi, that means a nurse, and so on. And then what's super interesting is that you can download this and you can copy it. I think this copies it as Markdown, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, no, so it's just pure text. Maybe this is Markdown, I'm not sure. Okay, no, it is Markdown. So for example, here you can copy it like this. Okay, so that's excellent. Okay, and what this download button does is it downloads as a Markdown file, so it'll just download like that. And then this last thing here, because I'm running out of time for this video, is I want to show you how I want to generate an image. So for example, let's say generate an image of a cat playing with a wolf in the Arctic. All right, let's say generate an image of a cat playing basketball with a wolf in the Arctic. So let's see how this is going to go. Okay, so I wasn't logged in. Let's see how this is going to let's see if this is going to work. Okay, so generate an image of a cat playing basketball with a wolf in the Arctic. I'm super interested to see how this is going to look. and because I don't think I've actually I don't remember if I've tried out this image generator, but this may take a few moments, and I just wanted to remind you, or if I haven't mentioned already, Z.ai is on Hugging Face, so you can get the model code. It's I don't know if it's completely open source, but a lot of it's open source, and you can also test it out on Hugging Chat. Okay, so this is fantastic. Look at this. This is a wolf playing basketball with a cat, and I think this is absolutely wonderful. Look at that. Okay, of course this would never happen, but I think this looks super realistic if it were possible. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a quick demo of Z.ai or Z.ai, a Chinese LLM chatbot that's excellent. That's just like ChatGPT or DeepSeek or Google Gemini or Cloud. I think it truly is world class. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to follow this channel.